Okay, so let's talk about how to edit using CapCut. So we're going to go ahead and open up CapCut. And what you have here is your home screen. So you see here, these are all my videos that I've had. It does hold pretty good storage depending on your device and everything. So you want to make sure that you have enough space. I like to keep stuff for a pretty decent amount of time before I'm completely done with it. So here you can have each individual thing. You can rename your stuff. So if you click these little three dots right here, you can share, back it up to CapCut. Also has an iCloud feature. So if I were to start editing on my iPad, I can finish on my phone. If you don't save it to the cloud, then whatever you start the project in, you have to finish it. You can duplicate the project, you can rename it. So sometimes I like to take one video for YouTube and then I'll break it up for Reels and for TikTok and stuff like that. So I'll just make a copy of what I'm going to be using that for, like prep, polish. You know, I have different names for different stuff, so I know what's what. So right here is where you're going to click to start a new project. So then it's going to link to your camera roll. So right here, these are all the clips that I shot for the reel that I wanted to shoot. So you guys just saw that video. So this is all the footage from that filming. So I'm going to just use, you know, obviously some was for the YouTube video last week and the rest is going to be for the reel that I'm going to create. So what I like about this feature is that I can easily just, I don't have to guess what each kind of image is. So if I just click on it, it'll let me preview. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I can say, yes, that was the clip that I want. So once I actually click this button right here, I'm going to actually select it. You can also unselect if you want to put it in numerical order. I can also trim. So let's say I don't want to trim it in, I don't want to trim it in that one thing. I can actually just say, you know what? I only want this piece right here. And it actually saves me time in editing. Sometimes if I know I only want a specific piece, like I only want this piece right here. So I can actually just do this, preview it. Because it is going to be click. Okay. Quick. Not click. All right, so we're going to select that. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add all the clips that I want. So remember, I had each person walking in. I'm actually going to unselect that because that wasn't the first. I know it doesn't have to be in order, but it helps me, my sanity, if I keep it in order. So I'm going ahead and click where I had everybody come in. So 1, 2, 3. This was these. I'm going to kind of break it up later on. It's just easier for me to do it there. So I know this was a video. I just want to make sure I have the proportion right, because remember, the ones that are shot long was for the reel. The width was for YouTube. Okay. This was something that I didn't end up using. Let's see. This one was good. Let me just take a look at that. In editing. See, that wasn't good. Okay, so we had a couple of them. Let me just refresh my memory. I know I had a couple of her filming, filing. Halloween ghost, right? Is this in your work? No. We could just get to the point. I wanted to just, get a little snippet of me taking her nails polish off. This was me doing her French. And sometimes I can tell my mistake ones because anything that I shoot that is like 1 second is usually a mistake. So I already know, like, this is bad. This is probably the good one. It's always usually the second take that is the good one, and the first one is usually the mistake. So that was me doing that. And then we have her after shot. So that was this. Okay. Nope. That was this one. Then that's when I have Stephanie come in. So that was this one. And then I had a couple, this was her little wiggling before. I kind of remember these. Then I had me filing her nail. And I don't remember what this was.
Is it singing with me in the video?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was long proportion, so I can't use that. This one should be regular. Okay, and then I have her after shots. Then I have when Jerica came. I believe this is the video because I remember we had messed up. That was the iPad shot. So we have this one. I had a shot of me putting her tips on. Let me make sure that was for the reel. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that one. Then I have, this was, okay, yeah, this was me drilling, yeah. I was like polishing her nails. Her after, then I have when Ruth came and me working on her. I have that after. Then I have when my mom came in. This was her before. That was me working. This was her, and I was buffing. So sometimes I'll just put it all in. Let's see if we keep it or not. It is what it is. And then I had when...
Wait. No, she can come in and then I'll tell her.
Yeah, I had when Lynn came in. Let me just see if it was that one or this one.
No, she can come in and then I'll tell her that I'm coming.
Yeah, so that was this one. Then I had her before. And then I did the dusting for her. That was this one. And then we have this. So we have about 24 clips. You can rearrange them from here if you want to. I like to just kind of keep it all as is. Oh no, you can't rearrange it yet. I think I can. No, you can just take it away. So now we're going to click add. That's going to take you into actual CapCut. So immediately what I like to do, sorry if you lose my mouse. I can't use my mouse in CapCut. I have to use my pencil to go left and right. So I have all my clips. So the first thing that I like to do is get rid of the sound. Either if it's a YouTube video, I'm going to select it and I'm going to come down to this bar and choose volume. And I'm going to either take all the volume away or I'm going to turn it all up to be the same level. So YouTube, I turn it up so they're all the same level. Or if it's a reel, I know I'm going to have music playing in the background, I'll get rid of it all. So once you click this, this is going to be a different menu than when you're outside of it. So if I unclick this is going to be my general information. So I have edit, I have audio if I want to do a voiceover, text if I want to add text. Overlay is when you want to have a picture in picture. So if I wanted to do a little picture of me, let's say right here in the corner, I would choose the overlay to appear in this clip right here. You have different effects you can use. Captions is something that I kind of recently discovered when you can actually just caption your clips. So I use that when I'm doing reels and such. I'll use the captions. It formulates all of the captions for me, and I have different things that I can choose from, different templates, filters, adjusting, stickers, and then the background. So again, I'm a little bit more familiar with like text and audio and overlay. Captions again was new. So you have all these different features. If I want to add my subscribe button to my YouTube, I have a whole bunch of stickers here that I add for that. Anything you want to add, and if you can't find it, you can just search for it right here. Then again, we have, so this is when you do the automatic caption stickers. Okay, and then I'm going to go back. Let's say captions. So you can choose the type of captions you want, and it's going to generate it. And then once it generates it, you can edit it, fix it, adjust it, choose it how you want it to be, the pace. You can do so much in CapCut. It's crazy. So for right now, once I click the actual thing, now I'm going to get a whole bunch of different options down here for my menu. So again, the first thing I want to do, like I said, is I'm going to click volume, and I'm going to lower the volume all the way down because I basically want to mute it. And loudness adjustment, I'm going to click that. So now all my clips are the same. Click to check to just confirm it. So now every clip you see, it's going to have this little mute sign right here That means that everything is muted. I find that that is the easiest thing to do first, is to make sure, because especially with a reel, sometimes you can end up with so many little bitty itty clips. And if you are not a pro member for CapCut, which is something they actually just added recently, you were able to do it free, but now I guess it got so popular. So some of these main basic features they've added to only the pro members. It's so annoying because then if I don't do that, I'm gonna have to go and click every single little clip and make sure I mute it. So that's always the first thing I like to do: volume up or volume down. So now I'm gonna cut it. So again, we have different features. Let me just go back over this. And so this is like a double back. That's why it has two arrows. It's going to take me back. Click this. So we have a split, which is going to be when I am wanting to cut something. Then I hit split. That will cut. If I want to expand, so I can see, sometimes if you split something really tiny, you got to expand it out. So I'm able to select it, and then I can hit delete to get rid of that. You can also click it and drag it down. It's just, oh wait, sorry. Oopsie. Let me do it with my pencil. If I want to just drag it down and make it shorter that way. So on that note, if you hold something down, this is how you rearrange your clips, by just pressing down and moving it left or right. So again, sometimes it makes the video really big if you spread it out like that. So usually I try to keep it a little bit smaller so I'm able to kind of see more features. So next to that, we have speed. So if I want to speed a clip up, we have normal, and this is going to go faster. This is going to make it go in slow mode, and then you always check to see, just to kind of confirm what you want to do. Any type of effects that you want to do, if you want to enhance your voice, if you want to retouch, you can retouch your face, your body. You can whiten your teeth if you want to. Some features are pro, but again, love CapCut because you can do so much for free. And we have volume again, transform. So transform is where if I wanted to mirror this image, again, if I wanted to just flip it, that's what that would do. If I want to rotate it, or I want to resize it. So let's say I accidentally filmed one clip that was supposed to be for reel. I filmed it in the proportion that I would a YouTube video. I can come into here and I can just change the proportion that way. So it's not the end of the world. You do lose a little bit of the quality because it's going to end up zooming in. So that's why I really try to film accordingly for what I'm using. Another feature that I use a lot, we have adjust, filters. These are all going to be for your coloring and all that stuff. Again, overlay for this. If I want to duplicate whatever I have highlighted, it's going to duplicate it if I want to replace it. If I want to extract the audio, so sometimes you'll see a video where you're looking at one thing and they're doing a voiceover. So you don't always have to voice over to have a voiceover. So if I click this button, it's going to remove the audio. Then I can put the audio underneath this clip. So while you're watching this, you're hearing what I said in that. And obviously we have our back. So this is our undo. It'll tell you, I like that it tells you what you just undid. So undo that drag, undo that extract. We have that. And then we have, okay, I gotta highlight it to see this. Okay, extract audio, replace. Another feature I like, we could do audio effects. So I think I used this feature when I did the nails and hip hop. I was like, when I wanted the sound of the producer, I came here and it just changed my voice. That's how I was able to get that guy's voice. I filmed it in a voiceover and changed the voice in CapCut. And then lastly, which is another pro feature that used to be free, is your reducing noise, and you just kind of click on. 2, 3. You're not able to do that for all features. So again, if it's something that I know I want to reduce the noise. I try as soon as I upload the clips, I'll go while I have larger clips, I'll reduce the noise versus once I start editing and breaking it up, I try to make sure I do it all then. So for this video, let's see. Sorry if you don't see my mouse when I go left and right again, I have to use my pen. So I want kind of a clip. We're going to shoot for a reel for Instagram. So this has to be really, really quick. So I need to get it right to the point where she opens the door. I want it right here. I do like to use split versus the drag just because it's very precise. Then I can click this, delete it. I can see I want to get her waving. Boom. Okay. Then we have our next clip. And I just literally want to film me drilling her nails off. So I'm going to start it. Again, when you're doing a reel, you just want to get literally enough to get the point. So like for me, this is good. Sometimes I won't even delete this block yet. I'll say, let me just make sure I have what I need. Boom, boom, boom. That's probably all I need from that whole entire clip. Split it. So now I'm going to delete the rest of that. And I'm going to delete the rest of that. So we're getting right into waving, drilling, and even that's a lot. I could probably even cut it more. I'm going to cut it more. It's really quick. 90 seconds for a reel. It goes really quick. I've learned that over time. Like cut, I used to save more just in case, but no, cut more because it goes really, really quick. So wave, e-file. I want to get a nice shot of me polishing. If you want to zoom in, which I try not to because it messes with the quality, you're going to select this. And then with my two fingers, I'm just going to zoom in and zoom out. Or you can zoom in and then rotate where you want it to be. So I'm going to undo that just so I undo scale, undo move, undo that, delete. Okay, so forward. Okay, so for right now, then I just want to get a little bit basically of the French. So the part of the French I get, it's irrelevant. I just want to show me working. So I think like this is good. I'm going to split that. Just literally get me drawing. I don't want a lot at all. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And delete that. So, boom. I can zoom in and all that later. Right now, I just take it like bit by bit. Then we have like the after. So I'm just going to get, I've already posted these. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that these were actually already posted. This is just going to be for a longer reel. So I don't know why when I filmed this, it was so far. So I'm going to have to zoom in for there and then I'm going to delete that. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for everybody else. Let's get step walking in. Delete, wave, boom. So this is all I'm basically doing is just cutting this up. Yeah, she gets like a little, the wave, boom, delete. It's very quick because look, we're 2 people in and I'm already at 14 seconds. So I might even have to chop more. I try not to speed it up because I hate watching reels where you're just like literally everything's going so fast you didn't even like take that in. So I try to film enough so that I can keep it at its normal pace, if that makes sense. So this, I just want to get me drilling. So yeah, like something like that is good. Just like a boom, boom, boom. Make that real short. Delete. Delete. Boom. Nails. Cut. So I'm just going to continue doing this for every person. I try to get them right when the door opens. And just splitting and deleting. So I can get that. Then I was doing her tips. I'm going to have to zoom in for some stuff. Yeah, there was a shot here that I missed. So, okay, so let's say you forgot a clip, right? And you want to add it in. I know I shot a clip of her wiggling her fingers, so I'm gonna highlight where I want it to be because wherever I highlight it, it's gonna appear right after it. So I'm gonna highlight this and I'm gonna click this plus sign. This plus sign is gonna take me back to my library and let me find where Jerica came in. And I feel like there was a point. Oh, yeah, see, here it is. So actually, I can trim it in here because I know I got, like, yeah, I got her wiggling. So I'm going to just take that little clip, hit add, boom. So now it's going to put it right where it should be. Oh, actually, it brought it right before, but I'm going to hold down and I'm going to move it one over because I want it after she walks in and I want her wiggling. So we can see how that plays out if I just wiggle, wiggle, boom. And now we're doing tips. So I'm going to cut that. Okay, let's take the second one. And I kind of really just want it right here. Me gluing tips. Boom. Cut that. So I'm going to get rid of that. Keep this. Even that's too long. It's too long. Yep, I can get rid of more. Delete that. This was trash as well. Then I had a little bit of me doing her. I'm painting in clear, so I just filmed it. I had Deja film it, but I'm not even sure if I want it. I mean, you can see that I'm doing something, but you can't see anything. But so I just want to get, if it's something like this, I try to get right where my brush is doing something. So I'm going to get right where my brush is hitting the nail. Then I'm going to just, like that. That's all I need. To the point. Delete the rest. Boom. Her after picture. Split. Delete. Next. I know Ruth we've had messed up already. Okay, so I have her waving. I'm going to get her right here. And delete. Wave. Cut. Delete. So we were just drilling, so I'll probably I try to get where my hand is doing the most. So like boom, 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 boom. Cut. I'm going to delete. I'm going to delete the rest of that. That can go. And then that was her after. Boom. Next. Cut. Next person was Mom Dukes. Let's get her waving as she's coming in. It's a little far because right now I just try to get the point and then I can go in after and fix each image. Because you see, look at my time. I'm already at 45 seconds, so I have 90 seconds. I'm trying to get this down to 90 seconds. If I don't have to speed anything up, I'll be super happy. So I told her to give me a little wiggle. Let's jump to when she's actually wiggling her fingers. Split, wiggle, and then it was me buffing. So let's just get me buffing, get some buff action, and delete that. Buff, 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 buff. Cut. Delete. This was her after. Okay. Next and last, I had Miss Lynn, so we have to just split that. And, okay, I gotta cut this more. So I need a little bit more space because it's very almost to the end. I'm gonna spread it all the way out so I can really, really hone in on, because I need to cut it right there. So let's delete that. She gave me a little wiggle. I want to get the end transition, so let's get a little wiggle. And then when I zoom in, so cut that, zoom in. So wiggle, wiggle, zoom. We can cut that. And then I was dusting, and then I know I ended like with the brush. So I'm going to get this part of it because I knew that she would be the last person. So dust, dust, dust. and then cut that. And then this was her nails. Perfect. Delete. And then I always delete this CapCut stuff. This is automatically, if you do not take this out, they will keep it. You know, they're trying to get their little cred in, so we gotta delete that always. So now, this is pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied. This was literally 1 whole minute. So what I want to do additionally is now this reel is like come to work with me. So I need to give myself a little bit of space. So now we can add all the other little fun features to this reel. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to this first one and I'm going to stretch it back out just so I have a little bit of space for an intro. So whoever's watching this, like I have space to say, come to work with me. They have time to read it, and then boom, she comes in. So for that, I'm going to do that. Go back, and now I'm going to add text. So add text, and I'm going to say, what are we calling this? Come to work with me. Day in the life of a nail tech. Come to work with me. Exclamation. No, day in the life of a nail tech. I don't know. I think I like day in the life of a nail tech. Day in life. No. Okay. I don't know what to call this. Come to work with me as a nail tech. Work my day as a nail tech. Okay, let's say my day as, I don't know why I have to think with capitals. I have to just as a, and then I'll say nail tech in capitals. My day as a nail tech. So what I can do now is if you take this, I can make this bigger this way. So I can exit out. I can rotate it. I can also make this bigger. I can move this. So when you are doing this, what you want to make sure to remember that Instagram has a bunch of stuff that is going to appear right here on the screen. There's going to be like the light, this, that, all that stuff here. And then you have a bunch of stuff that's here. Always put your text, even if it's at the bottom, this is as far bottom as you want to go. This is as high top as you want to go because Instagram and TikTok have all this wording on their pictures. So you want to make sure that your stuff doesn't get cut off. And you don't want it to be too wide and big because sometimes once you export and then you upload back to Instagram or TikTok, it'll cut off what your writing is on the side. So sometimes I come in a little bit smaller than I think I need. So I want this I want this text to end right where she comes in. So right when she comes in, boom, I wanted to say my day as a nail tech. You read that, then the door opens. So I'm going to select this. And again, I could hit split or I could just drag it. So I can click this, split, delete. So now it's automatically going to delete right when she comes in. I like to make my text pop a little bit. So let's edit this. I'm going to double click that. And then we have all the effects of the text. So I can do animations. I can make it flare in. It could pop in. It could be this, that. I could do the styles are going to be bold. Is it going to be pink? I don't know. I've been going through this moment. I usually do it like this. And I usually kind of highlight it. Then I'm going to make it like pink. I like this lighter pink. I can change the font. They have templates. So what I want to do is I'm going to keep that font as is. I try to keep it kind of consistent. And I don't know, actually, that's kind of cool. Let's do that one. And then I have animations. I am Pro. I think I have like a trial right now with Pro. So let's see what this looks like.
3.
That's cute. Okay. So you can also slow it down. So you saw how I just played it and it went really, really fast. So let's go back.
3.
Is this as fast as it goes? So I can slow it down. Let's say I want it to be like a little slower
3.
and more dramatic. See, that's still a little fast for me. So I'm going to make it go even slow. Is it going faster or slower? Am I bugging? Hold on.
3.
Okay, yeah, I'm bugging. It's going slower. So let's try to...
3.
I got to get rid of my... Hold on. My keyboard is in the way. Hide, minimize. Okay, there we go. So let's actually do that. And then I'm going to just get rid of that. And then I'm going to hit that. I think this was the other version I have. I have to go back and mute this all. Yeah. This was a different version. Let's go back and just... Okay. So now I have that. What I also want to do is do some type of transition. So far, I like this. Let's play this back. Day as a nail tech. And honestly, that could be a little bit... I feel like that went quick. So I'm going to actually drag that a little bit more. Let's drag this back. And then I'm going to highlight this. And I'm just going to extend it a little bit more. Yeah, it can kind of go to like right here for me. So it's a little bit slower. You know, people tend to read my day as a nail tech. Boom, she comes in. And so once we click that, right? Now, again, once I do the basics, then I like to just do all the fun stuff. If you click these little boxes in between, this is going to be your transitions. How do you want it to transition? They have so many different options in CapCut. I mean, everything from something basic, like just swiping to the left or the right, distortion, slide, mask, page turning, this, that. So it's so many different things that you can do. My OCD makes me want to make it consistent. So what I like to do, let's do an open one. I don't know. This message comes up. I don't know why, but it's always fine. I don't know why it does that. So let's do open. So now let's see how that looks. I'm going to go back. So she walks in. Boom. I like that. I like that. And I want something for the end. So I think I'm going to go open as we transition. I don't like too many transitions because then it gets weird. And it's like, it's too much happening. Let's just slide to the right. So we're going to go open and then to the right. And then I remember now I had to zoom in because this one was a little far back. So we zoom in for this. So let's see how that looks. That opens. Boom. Slide. Next. So I do want to transition for the next person. So what else do they have? They have light effects. Let's see something else. Movement. What does that mean? Okay, we can like twirl it. Again, I don't want too many transitions. Actually, you know what? Let me see this one. The only thing with the effects is that if you like one effect, you can't like put it for all of them like you do with volume. Like that would be so helpful. Yeah, see, I like that. So we just do a little movement left. Boom. So now I'm going to keep it the same. I already had a transition because I filmed it with like the zoom out. So boom, I'm going to transition this to, what was it again? Slide, it was open. Where was it? Open is here. Click that. So we have her. Boom, boom. I already had a transition. And then now I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing everything I just did. It was left for the next person. It was the wiggle. It was actually, I had a transition here. So I'm going to put my transition here. Slide. Oh, was it open? Left? Oh my god, I'm so confused now. Open. And then we have this. I already had a transition. So it also doesn't have to be like that much the same. Like no one's going to be like, oh my God, you had this transition here. So again, we have movement and then I have right, right, left. So she comes in, boom. And then this was simple. So I'm going to do another transition here. Slide, open. So sometimes it's a lot. Boom. I had a transition there. Boom. I had, what was it? Nope. Oh, open. No. Is it open? Movement. Okay. It's confusing. So then it moves, right? Let's see how that looks. Boom. She comes in and she waves. She gives me a wiggle. It transitions out. I'm buffing. Let me see. Buff, buff, buff. Then I'm actually going to do the open for that. Then we transition to Lynn coming in, movement, left, do that. That happens. I dust, and then I'm going to open it. I'm going to switch it up. So let's do an open for that. And that's the end of the reel. So everything looked good. That was the only thing I had to do. So now we could just go ahead and watch this play out. My day as a nail tech. Boom, boom. Again, I'm trying not to zoom in too much because you do lose the quality. And I really don't want to lose the quality. Okay, let's stop there. That was a little slow for me. I want it like here. Like I didn't need to see all of that. So I'm going to cut that. If you have a effect and then you make a change like that, it will take away the effect and you're going to have to do it again. So sometimes I try to make sure that I do that beforehand. So let's pick it back up. That was a little slow for me. Boom. Wiggle. Tip. I'm going to stop it there. This, I will zoom in a little bit because it's just too much of me and not enough of the actual work. Okay. I'm going to zoom in on that one too, just because it was already clear. So I want you to see. And again, keeping in mind that if it's too high up, I'm going to lose it in the app. This was a good transition. Then she comes in. Boom. Her nails. Okay. And it looks good, and it's just to the point, everybody. That's what you want, to the point. This wasn't a reel that really needed to be 90 seconds. If it had to be, then I'd just make it 90 seconds, but this is really cute. And then it ends. So I'm happy with this. My timing's good. I have everything. So one thing I want to point out to you guys is when you want to add music, right? You can just export it. So if I wanted to just keep this as is, I can use music within the app itself. Or I could use TikTok's music, whatever the case may be. What I want to point out to you guys too, oh, oops, we're not ready for that. That's how you export, so let's quit this. No, stop. Oh, quit. Okay, so I want to point out an app to you guys, and it's called Epidemic Sound. So I started using Epidemic Sound through somebody that I follow. I'm going to leave a link in the description box down below. If you guys are interested, you'll get 7 days free if you use my link. And when I tell you I love Epidemic Sound because they have everything that you can possibly think of, from sound effects to back music. You don't have to worry about copyrights. You don't have to worry about anything. So I think majority of this year, I started using Epidemic Sound for any sound effects, for anything, and they just have so much to choose from. So what I normally do is, especially for a YouTube video, if I'm like, okay, this is such like a cheerful moment or whatever, let me go to moods. I find that finding music by moods helps me so much. And if it's a very like uplifting, educational type of video, I like to go for like hopeful, and you just basically Okay, I guess we're in Christmas right now. So I'm going to click here. We can pause it, and then you can just hear the whole song. You can choose to heart it and save it to your favorites, but if you want to export it. So let's just export it for the sake. I just want to show you, but normally I only use Epidemic Sound for my YouTube videos because I need longer clips for longer videos. With Instagram and TikTok, I like to use more trending music, so I use the music from there. So I would click these three buttons. I'm going to click download or into CapCut, and then the sound is right here. So now I have music over my video. This is actually cute. Oh, it's so seasonal. I don't even know why I'm digging this. This is really cute. And this was just so not even by choice. I might save this. So let's say I want to I want to change this volume though because it's a little loud. And again, let's say you are doing something and you're talking. So you want just music in the background. This is where I would control the music. And I'm just going to turn it down a little bit because I don't need it blasting in anybody's ear. If I had a video that was long, then oh, it's really long. You can hit this and then hit duplicate. So when I have a YouTube video and the song is only 3 minutes, I just keep hitting duplicate, 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 duplicate. You can also cut this the same way you would all the other features I said. So I can highlight the music. I can split it to sit and say, okay, I only want music for that part. Delete the rest. I can do that. So let's bring it back. I don't know. For some reason, I'm digging the sound. I think it's super cute. So let's see how that sounds. I mean, it's very cheerful. It's that time of year. Are we Christmas yet? I think it's so fitting for the actual time of year. I don't know why I'm digging this. I'm really digging this. It's super cute. Oh my god, that's perfect. Perfect. Like, that was so freaking cute. Okay, I'm going to delete that. I like how it just, you see, because you can tell that it fades out a little bit. I actually want to take this clip and I'm going to extend it a little bit because I want it to fade out at a good point. So I'm going to come back. I like that part. So right before it begins this next note, I'm going to have it come back. Hold on, let's see. Hold on. And I'm going to highlight that, split it, and then at the same time, when I want to split it at the same time, while I still have my cursor here, I'm going to click this, hit split, so I could delete both of these guys at the same exact time because that ended perfectly for me. So let's do that again. Do I want it a little bit more? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. That was fine for me. That was fine. Okay. That was cute. And it's honestly, if I decide when I get to Instagram, I don't want to use the music, I can mute it because now it's a part of the original audio. So I don't even have to use it if I don't want to. I can use it for Instagram and then do something else for TikTok. So then we hit export and it saves to your phone or your whatever device you're using. If I was just done for the day, I'm going to hit X, and now it's saved with the rest of my projects. So you guys saw the final project. This is how I edit my projects in CapCut. So let's just see. I'm gonna save it to my export, and let's just see what we can do. I did tell you guys I wanted to show you a little bit of TikTok if you are unfamiliar with that. So let me save this to my device, and then let's take it to TikTok and see what we can do from there.
Okay, so now we're in TikTok, and I actually got rid of the sound. Oh, I didn't even know it does that. Okay, I got rid of the sound for TikTok. I want to do something else. So in TikTok, I can't use my. Oh, can I use my mouse? Yes, I can. Okay. Everything is over here. So this is where we go to edit. This is where we're going to add a text. We could add some type of gift or anything like that. We could do a voiceover. You can do a lot in TikTok. So let's start with this. And then we have, again, captions, overlays, stickers, filter. Once you start editing, guys, you really, this all the same crap. It's just everybody calls it something different maybe. But you can do all the same things. What I also do like about TikTok is that if I decide, like, sometimes I like that they think about the music for you. So if I just hit add sound, they're going to just choose something for me. I think it did it already. Once you upload it, it actually does it already for you. But it's just going to update everything. So you have recommended stuff. Sometimes I go with the vibe. You can make sure that you take off the original in TikTok. So if I don't want to use it, I can control the volume by clicking this, and I can take the original all the way down and then take the added sound all the way up. So let's just choose something. I don't like that. That was old. I like that Instagram actually tells you what's trending. This, you don't really know. This is called nails. What is this? So let's say I want to edit the music. Again, I can control it by just making it longer, shorter, moving. I like to always make sure it makes sense. So let's see how it sounds. For something like this, I don't mind. I like a basic beat. It's like if it was words, it's a little distracting sometimes. Just the instrumental helps you focus on what you're actually watching, especially for something that's going to be about a minute. Okay, we could get to the point and see how it ends. I actually like that. I think that's kind of cool. So I'm going to hit next. If I want to edit my cover, so let's edit my cover to be like this. I hit save, put it on my little hashtags.
I usually draft stuff more on my phone, but I like to just draft everything that I'm using here. And literally all I have to do is click it and boom, and it's ready. I'm not going to do it right now. Let's click X, save as draft. And I like to just make sure I keep stuff always. So that is it for how I edit and schedule my posts. I just do all of that again. Every nail video I have, everything like that, I usually save everything in my drafts for TikTok. I save everything in my drafts for Instagram. So all week, I do this every week on usually a Monday or a Tuesday. For the whole entire week, I'm just literally going in and pressing post. My hashtags are already there. My message, whatever I want to say, all that stuff is already saved. I'm literally just pressing post all week long. So it just makes my life easier to just get it all out the way. So I actually just did that before I filmed this video. So everything is there, but I usually do all that on my phone. And again, if you start something on your device, in your iPad, for example, it won't translate to your phone in your drafts. You got to press post from whatever device you save it on. So if you guys have any other questions on editing or any other advice or anything like that, please leave me a comment down below. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.